My friends, it happened. I have no words to describe the feeling after this match. But now we need to analyze what happened, lift our heads and look forward. So come with me and let's break it all down. But first, be sure to click the like button and comment below. What do you think the Lions did wrong? Today, we are diving into a difficult time for our team, but one that sets the stage for what is to come. The sadness is still fresh, and reality is setting in. Just one day after a stunning playoff loss to the Washington Commanders, the Lions gathered at Allen Park for their exit physicals, one final team meeting and their farewells. The locker room, once abuzz with Super Bowl dreams, was a somber place as the players packed up their gear and reflected on what could have been. This was not how the story was supposed to end. A franchise record 15 wins, first place in the NFC, and the league's highest scoring offense made us believe that this could finally be the year. But turnovers, injuries, and the dynamic play of Commanders rookie quarterback Jaden Daniels brought the season to an abrupt end in a 45-31 loss. Frank Ragnow, the heart of our offensive line, summed it up best. I wasn't planning on going home. It doesn't feel real. That sentiment echoed throughout the locker room. This season wasn't just another chapter. It felt like the beginning of a breakthrough. For many players, the pain runs deeper than just the loss. The Lions have been ravaged by injuries to key defensive players. Khalil Dorsey, out with a broken leg, admitted, "It doesn't feel real." Aiden Hutchinson, Alan McNeil, Carlton Davis III, just a few of the names we lost down the stretch. The once opportunistic and ferocious defense struggled to keep up as the season wore on. Still, no one in the locker room made excuses. McNeil put it plainly, "The reality is we lost. You can't make excuses for that." Saturday's loss was a stark reminder of how fragile success in the NFL can be. But for this team, it's also fuel for the future. Coach Dan Campbell had a clear message for his players. Don't forget what this feels like. Those words aren't just about pain. They're about motivation. This loss, as hard as it is to swallow, could be the spark that lights the fire for 2025. Looking ahead, the Lions face an offseason filled with challenges and opportunities. Injured players like McNeil and Hutchinson will focus on rehabbing to be ready for next season. Meanwhile, decisions loom over key free agents like Marcus Davenport and Carlton Davis III. And let's not forget the possibility of losing coordinators Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, who are hot commodities for head coaching jobs across the league. Despite the uncertainty, there is hope. This season has proven that the Lions are capable of greatness. The bond between the players, Campbell's leadership, and GM Brad Holmes' vision have built something special in Detroit. As Ragnow said, "It starts now." The offseason is here, and the work begins to turn heartbreak into triumph. Lions fans, we know this loss hurts. We felt it too. But what do you think? Can this team bounce back stronger next year? What players or moves are crucial to taking the next step? The mood was tense at the Meyer Performance Center on Sunday as players returned to clean out their lockers after a heartbreaking 45-31 loss. The Lions' incredible season, highlighted by a franchise-best 15 wins and a #1 seed in the NFC, came to an abrupt end. And when the dust settled, one player found himself in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons: quarterback Jared Goff. Let's face it, Lions fans, this game was a team effort, but Goff received plenty of criticism for his performance. For turnovers, including 3 interceptions and a fumble, left many pointing the finger at the veteran QB. Offensive tackle Penei Sewell, however, was having none of it. A clearly frustrated Sewell spoke passionately about the unfairness of blaming one player for the team's loss. "It's a team sport," he said. "I just don't understand how people can put the blame on one person. It's not like he was out there by himself." And Sewell has a point. Goff's season has been nothing short of remarkable, leading the Lions to a historic offensive performance. But Saturday's game was a struggle. Goff completed 23 of 40 passes for 313 yards and a touchdown, but he also had his first pick six of the season. "It sucks," Goff admitted. "I wanted to play better. I wanted to take better care of the ball. That pick six, that's the one I really wish I could get back." Despite the disappointment, Goff owned up to his mistakes. He was undeterred by the weight of the loss, acknowledging that better decisions could have changed the outcome of the game. "If I would have played better, would we have won? Possibly, and that's the part that's going to eat at me all offseason," he said. But let's not forget the support Goff has in this locker room. Teammates like Amon-Ra St. Brown and Kirby Joseph rallied around him after the game. Goff expressed gratitude for the encouragement, saying, "Those guys are my guys. I love them and I would do anything for them." It's moments like these that highlight the bond this team has built, a bond that isn't easily broken, even in defeat. This loss hurts for everyone, but it doesn't erase the incredible strides the Lions have made this season. From a record-setting offense to a dominant regular season, the team has shown it can compete with the best. As Sewell said, "It's a team sport, and it's clear the Lions are united in their commitment to learning from this and coming back stronger." So, Lions fans, what do you think? Was it fair for Goff to take so much heat for the loss? Or do you agree with Sewell that this was a team effort? For many fans, it was a gut punch, a painful reminder of how hard it is to reach the pinnacle of the NFL. But as tough as it was, this season gave us more than victories. It gave us pride. Let's start with the positives. This team, led by Dan Campbell, shattered expectations. Jared Goff, the often questioned quarterback, had a regular season that silenced the critics and reignited the chance of support. Rookie Jahmyr Gibbs was electrifying, making plays that left us in awe. Offensive coordinator Ben Johnson kept defenses guessing with brilliant playmaking, while Aaron Glenn's defense, stitched together with grit and determination, provided moments of brilliance. They weren't perfect, but they fought for every yard, every down. But let's be honest, Saturday hurt. The Lions turned the ball over 3 times, including 1 interception for 6. The mistakes piled up, and the clock ticked. Fans watching at Ford Field and at home could feel the disappointment as a season filled with hope came to an abrupt end. Some turned off their TVs in the fourth quarter, unable to watch as the dream slipped out of reach. Others stayed, clinging to the belief that this team could pull off another miracle. It didn't happen, but here's the thing, Lions fans, this season was different. This wasn't the same old Lions. This was a team that gave us something to believe in, a team that stepped up and made us proud to wear Honolulu blue. Jared Goff summed it up best when he said, "If I had played better, would we have won? Possibly. That's going to eat at me all offseason." Goff, like the rest of this team, bears responsibility. They're not shying away from a loss. They're learning from it. Fans across the country have weighed in. Some are optimistic, like Mark Phillips of Mount Pleasant, who wrote, "Thank you, Lions, for giving us something to be proud of. You've shown us that there is a Lombardi Trophy in Detroit's future." Others, like Walter Kotz in Florida, remain skeptical, calling it the same old story. And then there's history, what some call the Bobby Lane curse. It's a narrative we're all too familiar with, but one this team is determined to rewrite. The truth is, Lions fans, this season wasn't just about football. It was about Detroit, a city that knows what it means to fight. Decades of struggle have taught this city resilience. Like Detroit, this team isn't perfect, but it's healing, step by step. That fight, that determination, it's in the DNA of this city and this team. As we look to the future, there's no doubt that change will come. Players and coaches will reflect, adjust, and prepare for another chance. They'll be back, and so will we. Because being a Lions fan isn't just about the wins and losses, it's about the journey, the hope, and the belief that one day, we'll be holding the Lombardi Trophy. So, Lions fans, I want to hear from you. How are you feeling about the season? Do you think this loss will fuel the team to come back stronger? Or are you still struggling with heartbreak? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, before you go, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And as always, go Lions!